friend that wants to move here and she wants to get pregnant. And I think, should I encourage her? Because it would mean a lot to our family if she moves here.
Yeah.
But if she wants to get pregnant, that is really
A worry.
the worry.
Yeah.
And it's only just occurred to me, I've been suffering from a recurrent chesty complaint, dry throat and nose and all the rest of it, since Christmas, and I thought I was just recatching germs, it's the hay fever season and things like that. And then, only then did it leap into my consciousness about the controversy that was going on here, and where I constantly exercise my dog and walk myself during the week.
We've also had a couple of days where it was particularly noxious, and all the insects in the garden went. All of them. At the beginning of May, I had hoverflies, ladybirds, everything, lots of pollinating insects and butterflies, lots of things, gone. Just overnight, gone. I went to my GP and say I'm getting this esophagitis now. Just because I'm not going to go again. I'm just going to say this, add this to my list.
Yeah.
I want this to be known.
Documented, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been coming into the village regularly and monitoring the site, watching the site myself. And funnily enough, all this last week, I've been around very close to the site recently. I've had laryngitis, which maybe you'll still be able to hear.
Yeah, that's
and a dreadful cough.
Yeah.
No, nothing else. I haven't got a cold and I haven't got hay fever, but I've got these two symptoms that a lot of people have got.
Yes.
He goes away, and he's got a funny kind of he's lost the taste of in his tongue.
Yes.
Sense of taste and funny feeling.
Right.
And he goes away, and it disappears, and he comes back within a few hours. It comes back, and that's been consistent. Every other week.
It's just a cold I've got that's constantly come here because of the year.
But actually,
but because I've now come to the conclusion after the meeting at the church that maybe it's
related to the.
You see?
Yeah.
And that's the only time it's come into my mind.
Tetrachloroethylene is got some associations with human carcinogenicity. It's certainly a mutagenic compound. So even if tetrachloroethylene is not a proven carcinogen, it's not the sort of thing you want to be breathing in. But he simply said that the maximum level that we've been experiencing is less than 1/3 the WHO level at which they think is safe to human health on a 24-hour basis, which I think was about 30. I think it was about 30 parts per billion, and the measurements from the tubes there has never been more than about 10 parts per billion, measured over 28 days average.
But they're not doing the peaks.
But the WHO are happy that you can be exposed to 30 parts per billion during your lifetime or some figure like that without any ill effects. So they would just use that argument for every compound. But what they should bear in mind is that some of these compounds can be synergistic.
Yes, exactly.
And being exposed to mixtures is quite different to being exposed to single compound.
Yes.
And people get sensitised to them, and there's all sorts of factors they tend to rather sweep under the carpet a bit. So I'm not completely convinced they're doing all they can to minimise it.
Yeah. What do you think they could do more?
Well, I think the only thing is look at ways of containing it, but I don't know how practical that is.
Yeah.
I talked to the guy, one of the bird taste guys at the meeting, a guy in a pink shirt.
Oh yeah, he's very articulate.
He said it might be possible to, when they're turning it over, put a tent over it and use carbon filters and put it under negative pressure.
Great.
So it's worth pushing.
Yes.
He said it might be possible. He didn't rule it out.
Yes.
So I'm not completely convinced they're doing all they can to minimise the loss of VOCs from the site. That's all I'll say.